Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, on 1 vs 1 for you on Simwaski Winter. Yes, indeed, Simwaski Winter. We shall be watching Dberlatto fighting for the Soviet Union for the 215th Rifle Division, going up against Aerohank of the 3rd SS Panzer Division Totenkopf. Immediately going for the Mechanized assault doctrine, and immediately starting out here with some assault grenadiers. At the same time, though, we also see that he's immediately gone for an Infanterie Compagnie. So clearly he's not just going to be spamming out some assault grenadiers, he's going to get something else to sort of mix up with them, which definitely means for some interesting play with infantry. Conscripts following up rather swiftly here for Dberlatto. Pushing pretty hard here for the west.
Our assault grenadiers await your order to deploy, Commander.
Assault grenadiers continuing moving ahead through the snow-clad roads. West being secured, also knowing what sort of doctrines might be seeing here. We all know that one player's chosen this, but got motor, Soviet shock, and guard rifle. So almost the same. I mean, Soviet shock army is becoming also increasingly standard. Again, it's very popular, it offers a lot of the good stuff, you know, shock troops, heavy mortars, assault packages. Rather what a lot of the Soviet players favour. And there go, we actually seeing a grenadier squad following up, so he might go for a sort of mix of short-range assault grenadiers with the more longer-range grenadiers, perhaps machine guns, to sort of provide a nice mixed assault force here. That could definitely be rather interesting. Also noting here, the Soviet players in fact rushed very hard here for the fuel point, having the conscript support his endeavours towards it. Although again, he could have skipped this point and gone straight for it, because again, this is the point that connects us all. Without it, it's pointless. This one's just basically again for connecting up here.
Yes.
There we go. Deutsche Infanterie arriving. Points being secured. More conscripts moving up there for Dberlatto. Moving across the ice. Hoping none of them slips. And there we go, making a rush into the building just to check for any infantry. In this case, he's going to be rather fortunate, and he's going to be able to spot the assault grenadiers and catch them. And of course, here's the thing, submachine guns are pretty rubbish against troops inside houses. On the other hand, he just moves on, he's going straight for the cutoff point, and that could prove to be a bit advantageous to him. Grenadiers taking up position inside the house here, catching the conscripts right there. All of a sudden, the village is seeing a lot of action. And there go, going for the cutoff point. The assault grenadiers going to see this. Conscripts moving in, that could definitely be to the advantage of the assault grenadiers, since the conscripts will then be moving in within range, where the assault grenadiers have the advantage. And there we go, the conscripts are definitely not having a fun time all of a sudden. MP40 is carrying into them, a second squad of assault grenadiers going in, but there we go, Heinz and Richoff actually were a bit too close there to the bunker, a bit unfortunate. There we go, quickly popping away. Might be an idea for some extra troops to arrive, but there we go, there, didn't quite work out. The additional squad of conscripts rather turned the tide, leaving a stream of dead, wounded Germans in the snow. The last two making a run here for the house. So ultimately an attempt here for the cutoff point failed here due to a slightly inspired defense by Dberlatto. Or at least stiff defense, anyways. Assault grenadiers will need to quickly vacate, they are low on health. And there we go. And so far that engagement really didn't work out for them. They killed 3, but they also lost 3. And there we go. Assault Grenadier Squad number 2 moving up, securing the fuel point there. And we're seeing a second Grenadier Squad. So far a mix of Grenadiers and Assault Grenadiers.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And Flammenwerfer going up here for the Pioneers. Looks like they might try and rush the church. Dberlatto reinforcing the positions, moving up more infantry. And there you go, the Flammenwerfer up. And the church going Soviets realise what's going to come up and quickly abandon the premises. Not really fancying being burnt alive. Although it seems like some of them will not quite be able to avoid their fate, we do see that the Dberlatto himself is prepared, getting flamethrowers of his very own. So things are going to be a bit unpleasant here for the Pioneers in a few seconds. And there we go, Yuri caught on flames, not good. Not looking good for the Pioneers inside, but the Communists outside are not doing too well either. Lots of people on fire. Looks like the Pioneers are going to lose that one. They will need to retreat. Aerohank Actually, combat is first lose their nerve and retreat. Molotovs going off here on the other side of the cemetery wall.
Grenadiers
And we're seeing
reporting.
3 squads of grenadiers and 2 squads of assault grenadiers. This is a very heavy tier 1 we are in fact seeing from Aerohank. Very heavy. I mean, that's a lot of manpower being
Don't let us
expended.
freeze
It's
here.
not just the 3 grenadiers, of course, but the 2 squads of assault grenadiers.
Fucking Rus bastards attacking!
Enemy forces are securing
So clearly
our
Aerohank
territory.
is not messing about.
MG-42s are here!
And there we go, MG42's up for the Grenadier.
Flood the sector.
Lots of firepower here in the hands. We're going to be caught in the middle of the road in negative cover with the Grenadiers and the light machine gun. That's not really good. A Molotov does manage to fly through the front door because someone had forgotten to close it,
Grenadiers reporting objective capture.
lighting the entire quite nicely on
Soviet forces are
fire.
engaging us!
That is, they
Standing
continue.
by.
These conscripts are not in a good condition. They will not be able to hold up for much longer. Grenadiers here pouring fire down from the other angle. Assault Grenadiers are where, I wonder? A bit here and there, though so far at least we're focusing more on the west. East is being secured here by some conscripts. Looks like Aerohank has largely forgotten about that.
We're under attack!
And then we got another push with the combat engineers. The Grenadiers are finally forced to leave the church. And now we've got a quick round grenade,
Grenadier down!
killing Fedorov, but no one else really.
Was ist los?
It looks like Dberlatto might be drawn into an engagement he can't win, as German infantry converges from several sides. And there we go. MP40s catch the combatants from the other side. Flamethrowers pouring in from another. And they're actually getting into the houses. It's not looking good. And there we go. Combat engineers wiped out. The flamethrower tank bursts into flame and sets the house on fire as well. Rather unfortunate, and looks like another squad of conscripts got wiped out. All of a sudden, very heavy losses being inflicted there on Dberlatto.
Yes?
Now it's time for Aerohank to take advantage of all of this and do some territorial damage.
Germany now
Take some
holds the
ground.
victory point.
Perhaps fortified a bit as well. Could certainly not be a bad idea, for example, lay down a bunker around here, for example, or perhaps around here. Otherwise, get up some structures, I suppose. Would also be a nice one. We are in fact seeing now the support weapon company on the way for Dberlatto. Might get Maxims, might get Mortar, might be just to move on to something bigger. Certainly an armoured rush could have a slight chance of success here due to the large amount of infantry that Aerohank is in possession of. Making a rush into the house there. Assault grenades tearing into the conscripts. Will they be able to overcome the one squad of conscripts before the others get close enough? Nope. Not looking good then. Not looking good. Another light machine gun upgraded. And looks like he's moving on to the third tier. Assault Grenadiers almost wiped out again. Only one man surviving.
Our industry grows to support us.
So far the amount of great success with the Assault Grenadiers has been a bit limited. And there we go, Grenadiers caught in the ice and run off. And meanwhile, so it's been good progress in the west. Regular mortar rhyming, the 82mm. Suspected of being that slightly more curious caliber, in fact, for the very exact reason that they didn't want their opponents to be able to use the same ammunition as pretty much otherwise the standard for mortars was actually 81mm. There's a bit of a suspicion about that, although some seem to think that was not quite the case.
Don't let us freeze here.
Bunker going up here.
Yes?
Seems to be shifting focus on sides here. Gets one side and abandons it to take on the other side.
Yes?
Which is certainly quite interesting considering that Aerohank actually has a lot more infantry at the moment than his opponent. And certainly also a lot more firepower. But we do now see some Guards infantry arriving here for Dberlatto.
It is ours.
So he's definitely also putting on some infantry pressure.
Our bunker has been converted. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Larger offense going in here. 2 grenadiers, 1 assault grenadier team. Going to be a very large force going to seize the west. Centre secured reasonably nice, and the right side is getting bombarded. Probably in an attempt to ensure that Aerohank can't send something towards the centre right away, I might guess.
How can we help?
Pioneers ready
Might
for
be a need to build that support armour core, Mr. Aerohank, since you've actually been taking that direction. And looks like it.
Pioneers awaiting orders.
Looks like it, yes
Enemy
indeed.
forces are securing our territory.
Frozen grenadiers here.
Assault grenadiers a minor harassment mission there. No real engagement for the time being. Aerohank doesn't seem to be seeking one, nor does Dberlatto. They seem more interested in the territory for the time being. There we go though, Comedy is pushed away. Aerohank striking hard for the flanks, but at the same time it's about to lose the cut-off right there.
Territory secured.
And now going for a Panzer IV, but then also proceeding to take back towards the lighter mechanized company. That's definitely interesting. No support weapons for his infantry. That could prove to be slightly problematic. We'll be over here and looks like he's got the guard's rifle, the ever classic. Mortar struck quite nicely there, wiping out 2 grenadiers.
Ready.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector. Establish our supply lines.
There we go, grenadiers in the middle of the town. Light machine gun there, firing into the conscripts with quick Molotov, suffering quick losses. Submachine guns being upgraded. Mortar getting assaulted here by the assault grenadiers, hoping to quickly finish it off with their submachine guns, point blank. There we go, veterans one for the other. Ward. Looks like, oh, Dberlatto might not be able to make it, but there we go. Looks like he managed to retreat. Grenadiers pushed away. Grenadiers pushing up with pioneer support here. Conscripts holding up there with machine guns, or submachine guns more specifically. And the Panzer IVs are out. The Panzerkampfwagen 4 rushes ahead down the road, ready to push up the advance. While the assault grenadiers move to hit the flank, going up against the guards infantry. Need to be careful. Might want to actually use the assault grenades to actually get a chance against the guards infantry with the light machine guns, which could definitely turn things in their favour if they're not careful. And there go guards infantry, really taking some losses on the assault grenadiers. Molotov going in as well with the submachine gun conscripts. And there we go, assault grenadiers pushed away. Panzer IV bombarding. Blasting apart bits of the cemetery wall. Guards infantry find themselves a bit the centre of attention at the moment, as there's nothing else really from the Soviet army in the nearby vicinity. Mechanized armour company are up, and the flamethrower tank burst. Friedrich did not like that. And now some Panzer grenadiers arriving here, Sturmgewehrs. Turning into the conscripts here. Grenade exchange. Ever so lovely to see the spirit of sharing. Death. And there go hitting the dirt. That could definitely turn things around here for the conscripts. Oh, the Panzer grenadiers need to get back. One Heinz.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Still lacking the resources. He's not been securing back this territory. Definitely giving the advantage there to Aerohank.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Aerohank's definitely got a nice chunk on the map. He could definitely stand tactic, perhaps mine down some of the territory, some of the approaches. Or perhaps get himself some support weapons, a mortar, a machine gun. Some packs might prove helpful. Or of course he could try and make his approach towards a Tiger tank now. Perhaps secure himself some caches. That could also help things out. Another push here, but again getting simply shredded by the amount of firepower the Soviet infantry can deliver with the light machine guns and submachine guns. Panzer IV arriving. field gun on the way here for Dberlatto to help deal with the fascist tanks.
Units on the field. Your predecessor died.
Minesweeper's up. I mean, he's not seen a single mine yet. He's assuming that Dberlatto might get some, which is not a bad one, but no. Interesting enough, no mines from Dberlatto. We're actually seeing Aerohank laying down some Teller mines. Good job, though some S mines could also prove quite helpful.
We are losing territory.
And ammunitions cache, perhaps even 2.
Contact! What do you have for us? We're under attack!
Trying another approach here. Grenadiers for the light machine guns swiftly responding. Panzer IV rolling up as well. Getting off some good shots there. Conscript flanking. Anti-tank grenade hits the engine block. And damages field gun arriving. Panzer IV is unaware of the impending danger and doom. And there we go. Nice hit on the flank down the Panzer IV. Generally how the Soviets favoured engaging tanks with anti-tank guns from the flank. Looks like the Panzer IV escapes, at least for the time being. Assault gun continues to throw the north up here. This also a bit. And an Su-85 finally arriving here for Dberlatto. Quite a few infantrymen in need of reinforcement.
Squad, anti-tank rifle ready. Supply sector under attack.
We have a new
a bit quiet.
Su-85 to deploy.
And there we go, the Su-85 arrives.
Cut off a sector. The sector is at risk.
One of several tank destroyers the Soviets utilised throughout the war, though they prefer relying on the anti-tank guns for dealing with that sort of menace. There you go, Grenadiers doing what they can, close to getting mortared and suffering a bit. Still interesting enough, there's been not really an awful lot done by Aerohank to actually prepare for a Soviet counterattack. There's been no great deal in bunkers or anything. We're seeing a second Panzer IV out. Although, of course, the question is, with all the infantry has, wouldn't it be better off with some Stooks to support the infantry in their engagements from a bit of a safer distance as well?
Assault gun ready for action.
But no, apparently not.
Tank destroyer.
Su-85 advancing up here with focused sight, supported by infantry. Definitely should move up the Panzer IV to flank. The other one should get repaired as quickly as possible and then hit from the other flank, I would say. In fact, it's time for the mid-game analysis. Currently, the Germans are enjoying the advantage. They've got most of the map. They've got most of the infantry. Though the Soviets do have the advantage with the infantry having more veterans. Though that could prove to be vital, particularly since also the Soviet infantry is also reasonably well equipped with light machine guns and submachine guns. There's also the Soviets do have the advantage in support weapons. They do have mortars. They do have a field gun, which of course can also function as artillery. And they've got the Su-85s, and it's not like they're going to be completely vulnerable to the Panzer IVs. Well, otherwise, Aerohank might possess an armoured advantage as well. We also see there's finally some troops moving up out here, tearing things up on the right flank. In fact, it might be an idea to send an additional squad to really, draw away some of Aerohank's attention from the main push up here. Or at least attempt to do so. Or perhaps take advantage if he actually doesn't react on it. That's another possibility, of course. Either way, though, I mean, Dberlatto actually needs to be keeping his Su-85 clear because, I mean, the best choice here for Aerohank would actually be to try and attack it from several angles as possible. Move in one Panzer IV from here, the other from here. That way the Su-85 will be forced to choose a target. Of course, he doesn't know there's a field gun covering the Su-85, which is, by the way, a good idea, Have one unit sort of act as the main target, then of course if something tries to flank, you've got something covering it. That's usually a nice idea. You can do the same thing, for example, having one anti-tank gun, then having an anti-tank gun covering the first one, or for that matter, machine guns. It's a sort of a nice in-depth defense, and can make it harder for the opponent to outmaneuver, and it also, of course, gives you the sort of ability to pop a nasty surprise, because he's thinking, okay, I'll just flank this, and then all of a sudden, he's coming under fire, meaning, he either has to move farther, deeper in, and of course, at the same time as he's moving in to flank that one, the Su-85 then gets time to move out and target the Panzer IV. There are some things there. Of course, another possibility would be to just simply focus up enough infantry alongside the tanks and launching a major assault here, which could be a bit harder for Dberlatto to hold off, though not impossible, in particular if Aerohank makes a few mistakes. On the other hand, a well-coordinated assault from Aerohank could tear things apart. In particular, a few assault grenades were thrown in the right spot. Otherwise, I think Aerohank should basically get himself a fuel cache, a munitions cache, and then he should set about making his way for the Tiger, and otherwise begin defending his vital spots, the more extreme areas, with mines, perhaps a bunker or two, and that way he should be largely set. On the other hand, if he doesn't, he could certainly make it a lot easier for Dberlatto to simply shift around if things go bad here and then attack up here. Dberlatto should probably go for perhaps some SH-26s to provide some light artillery support, also some lighter anti-tank to support the SH-5 with their higher rate of fire. Could prove advantageous, or a Katyusha could also be nice. And another opportunity is basically getting a howitzer and bombarding the snot out of the Germans. But let's return to the fight.
Field gun standing by.
This land belongs to all
I
of us.
think he
Yes,
could.
go
Dberlatto's
ahead.
got also stand to move the mortar a bit closer to the front line. And there we go, Panzer IV moving in. He needs to be careful. He's taking a bit of a too direct approach. Getting grenaded. And of course we know the SC5 was moving in. And Aerohank should have also known that. I mean, that was a bit of a silly move there with the Panzer IV. Molotov here, and the Grenadiers think about the camp with all the submachine guns. The assault grenades on the other hand just charging straight in. They probably should have dealt with the infantry first. Then again, they could try and actually assault the field gun and clear it out, opening up for the Panzer IVs to deal with the SU-5. Looks like things are getting a bit too chaotic here for... No, assault grenades on the field gun. Almost clearing it out. We probably should have moved the assault grenades moving close up instead. What instead happens is the Panzer IV gets wiped out. Rather shame that it gets abandoned.
No supplies.
Looks like he might be able to get the field gun crew. Grenadiers moving up. Panzer IV finding a way. Panzer IV needs to move back again behind the house. Damn close there.
The enemy has silenced one of our anti-tank guns.
Assault gunners arriving on the right, west. And meanwhile, Comets continues to do a bit of havoc over here. And these assault grenadiers need to get the hell out. Oh dear. Trying to repair the Panzer IV here. That grand success. Need to retreat those grenadiers before it's too late. And there we go, Panzer IV blown up. Grenadiers pushed away as well. Little health. Overall, a bit of a messy assault here from Aerohank on Dberlatto's positions.
Only 200
Some slight
points remain.
wrong decisions, in particular dealing with that field gun rather cost him that fight, and one Panzer IV, without actually doing really any serious harm to the Su-85 tank destroyer.
You have orders?
Assault gun ready for action.
But back to Aerohank. Now also short one Grenadier squad. So it's actually suddenly taking a lot of infantry losses. Which is less good. Missing another Panzer IV. Again, I think he should have made an attempt with the Tiger. Or at least got himself some stooks of some kind. Another assault here, but with barely any forces to really support. Now we're seeing that Dberlatto's getting himself a Maxim to actually negate what is one of Aerohank's advantage, which is his large infantry. Though again, he had that advantage, now it's considerably less. So all of a sudden the Maxim really becomes a lot more powerful as well, and that's really going to cause Aerohank some problems as this fight continues.
Losing a sector.
Push on, yes?
Be under fire.
Could of course give himself a Stug now, though again I think he should aim for the Tiger. Then again, nope, he's getting a Stug.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Panzergun is going to try and make a flank on right here on the Soviet position. Most of support weapons, so it might pull off. Then again, if the Maxim turns around, it's definitely not going to work out. There we go, mortar crew away. Maxim turning about. Panzer IV Grenadiers, there we go. Nice force composition here. Looks like the Panzer is managed to dodge the Maxim, trying to get that field gun opening up for the Panzer IV to move in. Other Panzer IV moving up to support. There we go, keep moving, Aerohank.
Standing by.
Mach schnell. Panzer Grenadiers need to retreat. Nope.
Stug 3 ready to deploy.
No real movement there, and there we go, the Stug arrives, the Sturmgeschütz 3. Unit 5 here gets off a nice hit on the Panzer 4. Veterans 1, he would definitely consider also using the flanking ability. Nice hit there, but be careful of the field gun. Stug should be careful on the ice with the Unit 5 rolling about in this area. At least that's what he knows. And there we go, Panzer 4 taking a nice hit there from the field gun. Down to less than half health, needs to be pulled back now. Bit of a silly loss there for his Panzer 4. He didn't even try. At least it would appear he didn't try, of course I might be wrong. Bit of a desperate assault there, Stug supporting the Grenadiers. Conscripts taking some nasty losses as they charge straight onto the Grenadiers. Veterans 3 with a light machine gun. Unit 5 continues up there. And there we go, right grenading the field gun. There we go, clearing out. Stug might have a chance here against the Unit 5. Panzer 4 though likely going to go down. There we go, damage engine. Panzer 4, main gun destroyed. Unit 5, oh, gets it in the end though. Stug moving in. And there we go, gets the Unit 5. Nice move there, field gun recruit. Assault guns continuing in. No machine gun though on the Stug. I can't help but feel that's definitely missing. And Panzer guns quickly need to move up to support. The lack of infantry is really doing a number on Aerohank all of a sudden, or at least all the infantry he lost. Go anti-tank grenade, not looking good for the Stug. Trying to deal with these dastardly Guards infantry. Looks like the field gun might escape the grasp of the Guards. So just barely. Another Grenadier unit arriving. And more Guards infantry moving in. And firing away their tiny anti-tank rifles into the rear of the Stug. Definitely not looking good for that. Again, the lack of support for it is not encouraging. Not looking good for those Panzer Grenadiers either as they get stopped by the Maxim point blank. And there we go, falls away. Aerohank is losing a lot of momentum. His actions seem to have become a bit more flailing. Which is rather unfortunate. Also a fun fact about the Stug 3G. By late 1944 it actually received another machine gun that is a coaxial machine gun, which also again rather indicates the assault gun role, since otherwise they probably wouldn't have bothered giving it more weapons to deal with infantry with.
Our opponents are seizing the sector. We have our reinforcements.
Anyways, field gun repaired. Well, they're crude anyways.
The sector has been cut off. Grenadiers.
And so far, Dberlatto's actually managed to turn things around quite nicely, taking advantage of Aerohank's mistakes. Oh! That's one hell of a rifle grenade. Left many a Soviet comrade bleeding.
The Russians are attacking!
And there we go, launching a bit of a large assault here through the ice. Field gun moving up. Veterans to the conscripts, Maxims. He might try. Oh, he doesn't have the munitions for an assault, otherwise we suggest that against the Maxim. In fact, they get pinned. The Unit 5 moves up. Field gun could open up beyond the Unit 5. Gunner is flanking. Might want to hold into the nearby house. There goes field gun opening up. Hitting the Unit 5. Rifle grenades go off. Hopefully slowly getting repaired. Conscripts hitting the dirt here, making it very much difficult for the German infantry to advance and deal with them. Note also these are veterans in 3. Conscripts are definitely a hazard.
We
more
are
mortar
losing
fire.
the sector.
How can we help?
You need some...
Schützen hier!
Right flank lost. Conscripts here close to getting wiped out. And finally getting a support weapon. I think an MG42 right now though is a bit in the too late department. We'd better off getting something like a Stug 3E to provide some additional fire support against infantry. Bit more directly. So much veterancy 3 infantry by the way for Dberlatto. He's definitely done a great job in keeping his conscripts alive. So that's quite nice. Well played there.
Yeah?
Standing by!
Nice attempt here from Aerohank to actually shift in some panzergrenades to hit and infiltrate the enemy positions, hitting them flank, then launching up an assault here. Doing to draw some of the attention. Well played there, well played. Though can he take advantage of the confusion as the panzergrenades move in to the rear of Dberlatto's positions in the village. Conscript squad forced away. Looks like he actually used some conscripts to merge here, ensuring that the Maxim could stay up at the front line. Very nicely done there, merging. So rarely used by some players, but it's great when it's actually properly used. Good job there, though sadly pointing in the wrong direction, ensuring he can't take full advantage of it. Stug rolls ahead. Panzer is just tearing into the Soviet infantry as they mill about in confusion. Stug moving up. Rest of infantry needs to go up. Pioneers keep support. Field gun as well. Aerohank just needs to make one hell of a push. I'd even suggest getting a Stug 3E just to add some more raw momentum. And now we go, in fact, we do see a Stug 3 arriving. But infantry again needs to move up. Stug needs to pull back here. Pull back. Get it repaired. And then draw in the Echelon 5 so you can get with the target weak point and then hit it with both the Stug and the field gun.
Don't let us freeze here.
Definitely a bit here, tense here, and there we go. A Stug 3E. Rather outdated by 1944 and usually would not have seen a lot of action. Would have been in reserve units, training units and the likes. In fact, for example in Normandy, several of the training battalions there which fought against the Americans actually had several of these. But largely, I mean, they would have been rather rare by 1944 on the front lines of World War II. Most of them would have been converted to this one with a bigger gun and better armor. There we go, again against Guards Infantry. I think that's a bit dangerous, but still, you can do alright. On the other hand, it's going to be rather vulnerable to the anti-tank rifles. Assault continues up here, not looking good for the infantry. Field gun firing away. Machine gun for some reason moved up too close. I think that might have been a misclick. Wouldn't make much sense otherwise to move it up that far. Stug 3E obviously having some troubles here with the Guards infantry, but still doing what he can. I mean, you want it to support infantry, in particular the E variant. And there we go, getting buttoned up. So unsurprisingly, this Stug is not doing too well, and there we go, abandoned. Rather tragic. Target weak point. Can he get it off? No, he didn't. No. And there we go. Looks like the assault of the Torten Cup failed, despite a rather large inclusion of assault infantry of different kinds, panzer gunners and assault gunners, and a very high quantity of light machine guns as well.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And there we go, game over. A victory to the Soviet Union through good usage of Guards infantry overall and some nice support weapons. The problem with Aerohank was a bit, he got most of the map and then he sort of seemed a bit, unsure what to do. I mean, he should have begun preparing for the Soviet counterattack. That means mines, bunkers. He should have made it much more difficult for Dberlatto to basically waltz in than he actually did. I also think the Panzer IVs at that stage were a bit of a mistake. I mean, it would have been better off with Stugs or going straight for the Tiger tank. In fact, getting some casualties to help towards that. In particular, since he didn't get that much of his Panzer IVs, in the sense they rather were a bit wasted. They did better with the Stug, but even that I felt was a bit too late, and he probably also could have done with a mortar or a heavy machine gun much earlier in that sense. Aerohank's problem was, again, he was a lot less sure of himself, it seemed at least, on the defensive rather than on the offensive, where really, again, make good use of the mechanized assault. A nice combination of grenadiers with light machine guns and assault grenadiers. Actually not quite seen something like that, so that's actually quite fun to watch, and he actually, again, did quite well with it, but again, faltered on the defensive. On the other hand, Dberlatto did considerably better on the defensive, with hit the dirt, conscripts, light machine guns, and submachine guns to make good use of his guards infantry and his mortar, and later on the Maxim. So we know role well played from both, but ultimately better played by Dberlatto. So I hope you enjoyed some of my new ideas from this game. I hope you got some ideas for your own play. I mean, you know, there's always something to learn, some things to get inspired from. If you did, why not subscribe to your friends? If you didn't, well, why not to me, provide some feedback in the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.